You might pass it without a second glance. A gentle rise in southern Ohio's landscape, nestled atop a low hill, richly draped in green. Yet beneath it lies a secret nearly 1,350 feet long, the Serpent Mound. This is an enormous earthwork shaped like a winding snake. Stretching gracefully across the hilltop, this remarkable structure coils and curves 7 times, ending in a tight spiral tail and an oval-shaped head. A distinctive form unlike any natural hill or ridge. Its first recorded discovery by white settlers came in 1846, the year when farmers began clearing Ohio's forests for crops. What they had thought were mere ridges turned out to be an ancient, deliberate construction. For centuries before European contact, local indigenous peoples knew this land as theirs, preserving stories of sacred sites unseen to outsiders unaware of their ancient significance. But who made this serpentine formation? Scholars have debated this, whether it was the Adena culture, the Fort Ancient people, or perhaps others, with radiocarbon dating offering clues that place the mound's construction somewhere near 1070 CE, favoring Fort Ancient origin. The plot thickens when archaeological styles and artifacts link the site to cultural traditions thousands of years old, showing shared influences between earlier and later peoples across Ohio and the broader Ohio River Valley. The Serpent Mound is more than a shape. It is a celestial instrument and symbol made tangible. Flaming marquees of stars and planets glide across the sky, but this earth-colored snake serves as a mirror to the heavens. At dawn on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the sun rises precisely where the serpent's oval head catches its first light. An awe-inspiring alignment, no doubt intentional. Many believe that the oval represents a great cosmic event, the sun itself, an egg symbolizing rebirth, or the shadow of an eclipse darkening the sky. The serpent's coils correspond also with lunar extremes, marking where the moon reaches its farthest north and south points. Such astronomical features suggest profound understanding. The builders tracked celestial cycles carefully, translating celestial rhythms into earthly form in an act of honoring the cosmos with the soil itself. Yet, the mound contains no bones, no burial treasures, revealing it was likely never a tomb but a sacred site. This defies typical conventions of mound-building cultures, which often used earthworks as cemeteries or for burial chambers. The serpent symbol demands attention, for around the world, snakes carry immense meaning. They shed their skin, symbolizing death and regeneration. In Indigenous American legend, serpent spirits appear as both protectors of life and dangerous forces of change. These spiritual beings sometimes bridged worlds, the earth and sky, life and death, the natural and the supernatural. To raise such a monumental snake suggested reverence, fear, and hope. The location of the mound itself is another piece of the puzzle. It rests on an ancient meteor impact crater, shaped more than 300 million years ago, an anomaly in the landscape that must have captivated its builders. This ancient crater, known as the Serpent Mound crater, provides a sublime backdrop, perhaps a sacred place, a distinctive landscape feature linked to the mound's power. By the 1800s, the immense snake-shaped ridge was threatened. Farmers plowed fields across its coils. Picnickers walked and played on its ridges unaware, and grave robbers dug nearby mounds seeking treasure, further endangering this fragile relic. Thankfully, preservation efforts emerged. Frederick Ward Putnam, a pioneering anthropologist, lobbied influential Ohio officials to preserve and protect it, ensuring the mound would survive into modern times accessible for everyone to learn from and appreciate. Today, walking along the Serpent's curve, you can feel the past ripple beneath your feet. It is a silent monument to ancestors, a story told not in words, but in earth and sky. The mystery remains. Why a serpent? Why here? Why these precise curves and alignments? The answers slip away like shadows in the forest, offering only tantalizing glimpses of ancient knowledge. Theories abound about the mound's purpose. a ceremonial site to honor gods or spirits, a calendar to track seasons for planting and hunting, a warning or protector against natural disasters, or a symbol of transformation, death, and rebirth. Beyond the mound itself, nearby burial sites and artifacts help map ancient cultural networks extending across the Ohio Valley, reflecting societies connected by trade, kinship, and shared beliefs. These cultures built multiple mounds and earthworks, complex, interconnected civilizations whose stories echo today. When Europeans arrived centuries later, many native peoples still revered serpent spirits, savvy enough to tell stories that trace back centuries, tying them to sacred sites like the mound. But so much has been lost: languages, oral histories, and traditions, due to disease, displacement, and colonization. Still, the mound endures, a witness carved from soil that survived time and turmoil. Its presence invites us to wonder, how did these cultures conceive such grandeur? How did they organize labor and knowledge before writing or metals? What did the serpent mean to their worldview? These are questions archaeologists explore with every excavation, using cutting-edge radiocarbon dating, ground-penetrating radar, and meticulous analyses of artifacts found nearby. Each discovery reframes our understanding of pre-Columbian America, revealing civilization's depth long before European contact. The Serpent Mound is also a potent symbol for today's indigenous peoples. It is a reminder of their ancestors' ingenuity, resilience, and ties to the land. It challenges modern visitors to respect ancient legacies and recognize the continuity of history that shapes identity. The mound's cosmic alignments remind us how deeply connected ancient peoples were to natural rhythms: the sun, moon, stars, and earth, all woven into their spirituality and survival. In a world so dominated by technology and rapid change, the mound is a solemn call to pause and reflect on humans' relationship to nature and time. It is a monument not just to what was, but to what survives, stories etched in land, inviting each generation to tell its own tale, continuing the serpent's winding path. So if you find yourself in Ohio, away from urban bustle in the quiet dusk, consider visiting the mound. Walk its curves slowly. Watch the sun set behind the horizon beyond the tail. Think about the builders who crafted this marvel, their vision, hands full of earth, hearts full of meaning. Picture their lives, their struggles, and their hopes folded into every curve and ridge. And remember, some stories don't end with stone or parchment. They live in the earth beneath our feet and in the stars above, forever coiled, waiting to be seen.